Yay, round one in the draft, and we run the die roll. Yeah, I want to play first. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. I'm going to go for it because we have one of our powerful spells. We're a little bit on the heavy forest side, but it's good for our chieftain, and we can cast most of our spells. We don't have a swamp, but whatevs. We'll start with the mountain while my opponent decides on mulligan decisions. Yeah, so this is not an insane hand, but I mean, I have a 3-drop and then a really great 4-drop, so I don't want to, on the play, mull down when I don't have to. And again, the fact that we do at least have double forest already is kind of nice, so if we get our double green spell, we're mostly just worried about dealing with drawing a black, one of our really nice black spells, so. We'll see. Hello, Vladar the Arrogant, playing your swamp. And my turn. Lightning Strike. Well, that's a fine card to have, if I do say so myself. Something really scary comes down, we can strike it right away. And if not, we'll just get our Rough Rider online next turn. What is it? That is not scary. Yes, good card advantage. Far enough down the road, but no need to waste a Lightning Strike on it. We'll bust a move on that mountain, and then, yeah, we're just going to start curving out. The only lands I want for the rest of the game are swamps, I guess. One of my 2 swamps. Alright, what does my opponent have here? Oh, okay. Never played these cards. Just a heads up. Especially if you're not mono black. There's really no reason to. So let's attack for 3. And then we'll play our Curd Chieftain. Boom. Big boy. These cards are so good. We have like 2 of the best off-color awesome cards. The black one, this one. Alright, my opponent gets to gain a life. Go for it, Staff. We're going to cast a black spell or a swamp. Yeah. And a black cat. Alright, so we're going to hang on to one of our forests in order to maintain a discard to the black cat. And we still have nice attacks. We have 2 mana. Oh no, a Child of Night. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can start taking things out. I'm not super worried about it. We're probably just going to Lightning Strike the Child of Night so we can get our... Oh, this is kind of cool. Maybe we'll just go ahead and Crowd's Favor then and save the Lightning Strike. I love that idea. Plus just threatening this activation is pretty cool too. So we'll go ahead on the attacks. I do want to get rid of the Child of Night. My opponent's gaining some life. I do want to, you know, eventually, like, get there. If my opponent doesn't block, I'm not going to bother pumping because I'd rather just save my combat trick. Or not my combat trick, but my removal spell. And then my opponent has to really think here, like, alright. So I will go ahead and pump because of that. My opponent's tapped out. I just get a bunch of great value, and yeah, that's fine. It allows me just to spend mana to kill a creature, and my opponent loses a life, so that's cool. Loses multiple life, actually, but still. Thanks to the Curd Chief and everything else, so I'm very okay with that. I'm trying to think about what I'm scared of, which is what I always do at this point. I'm tapped out. I have no decisions. I'm just thinking about the cards in the format. I just don't know them. I know so little cards. I guess it's some bomb or something that I'd be worried about. That'll probably take a Lightning Strike. Maybe in response to activation, since my opponent can't do it, can't activate twice yet, I can just wait until that's more relevant. Hey, I got my swamp. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to go ahead and play a forest here. I just want to save the swamp so my opponent doesn't have that information. I don't think there's discard where my opponent gets to choose what I discard. So I'll just keep 1 forest in hand. And then that'll be for the black cat when if I ever need to discard something, and then the swamp we'll kind of wait on. Yeah, so we're here. This allows us to pump and keep up crowd's favor. All right, my opponent's not blocking. So I'm just gonna let the damage go through because it doesn't really increase my clock at all at this point. I mean, it's kind of relevant getting down to 6, but I think I'd rather just have Lightning Strike up. And I'm okay with my opponent attacking for 4. I'm just so ahead on the race. Bronze Sable I don't care about. My opponent taps out Child of Night. Alright, so what's happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. So I'm definitely going to be lightning striking here just to like be able to clear the way all the way. Get rid of Child of Night so there's not as much life gain, I think. Zoffshade can get out of hand, but I don't think my opponent's going to be in a position to care. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, my opponent can like quadruple block the Kurd Chieftain, still taking 3. But then it's a 3-for-1. I'm like not in carrying, and I can do the crowd's favor as well. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. Getting rid of Child Light just because of life gain. Normally I would take the shade out. Goblin Rabble Master. So I don't have I can play the Goblin Rabble Master and get that little 1/1 attacking as well, but it's just going to get eaten, so I don't really care. And I'd rather be able to just keep the Kurd Chieftain up plus a crowd's favor. And so they don't need that mana before count. I'm going to wait and see if I can't put myself in a position to where I just show the swamp. It's not a big deal, but it's a thing. But I'm pretty sure all that's going to happen is I'll be pumping with the Chieftain, depending on how blocks go, using a crowd's favor as well, playing the swamp, even though whatever, and then I'm sure the Black Cat's going to die, so this forest is going to go away. If my opponent wants to keep doing this, the trample makes me very happy. You have 1 toughness, it's not doing a whole lot. I get to pay 5 mana a turn just to kill one of your creatures. I'm cool with that. Okay. So what's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if I pump it, this guy's around. So instead, we're just going to go ahead and pump the Chieftain to do 6. Actually, maybe I want the Rebel Master down now. Not too sure. Okay, how do I... So they're in blocking order, right? Zoffshade first. Yep, I think that's right. Azor, Zoffshade, Bronze Sable. Yeah, cool, sweet. Sorry, new client issues. The new client issues. We're just gonna go ahead with the first strike here. No, we're just playing. It's kind of weird. I paid my mountain. So there's that. Do I want to spend and go put my opponent down? Or do I want to have a Rabble Master out? Yeah, it's all about the Rabble Master at this point. It's just good, solid play. Develop your board if you can. There's damage. I am playing a swamp. I have mana sinks and stuff, so whatever. But has nothing? That's very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, doesn't really matter. Why, thank you. Dude, if this Chieftain goes away, I just realized I'm kind of screwed, huh? Do I attack with... How does this guy work? When it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other attacking creature. Just each other... No, attacking goblin. So it'll get 1, 2. It'll become a 4/2. With trample, we're in pretty good spot with one of these guys. So yeah, we're just going for it at this point. And that's because, however, my opponent wants to do some really dorky block, we have trample power here. Again, Kerr Chieftain getting boinked at 5 is a little bit worrisome to me, but that's why we're pressing the advantage right now. Alright, what crazy convoke card or whatever you have? Declare attackers. That's what I did. Sorry, didn't realize. You're waiting on me for priority. Alright, blocking there. So, at the moment, that's dead, so I'll wait for you to do what you're going to do. And then when you do that, I will respond. Alright, either for each attacking creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of his or her library. Alright, alright. So how does that work? I get to decide what goes where? Alright, in what order am I drawing these cards? The Goblin goes away. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have 8 mana to play with. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because I do actually want these cards. But I do want to draw the Kerr Chieftain first for the most pressure, right? Correct. So, you. Wait. You are going away. You are going on top. You are going on top. And you are going on top. There you go. Alright, so my opponent bought a turn. And we ate up a bunch of time. Such is life. I'm glad to know that my opponent has that card in hand. So I am worried because the Kerr Chieftain can get dealt with pretty significantly here. My opponent's now controlling out. Still top decking as well, and I at least have some kind of gas versus my opponent. Alright, my opponent's holding back the assistant. Not too sure why. My opponent knows I'm drawing. I think my opponent should know that I'm drawing the Kerr Chieftain. Maybe my opponent didn't see. I don't know. I'm going to play a land. We can pump now. And Black Cat, I'm never going to be discarding, so we're fine. Oh, I shouldn't have F6, huh? Just thought of that. My opponent's just filtering out, which is not great, but still, it's something. Alright, my opponent's digging for some kind of combat trick, it would seem. Not combat trick, removal spell maybe. I don't know, something powerful. Or just knows not going to be blocking. I'm not too sure. Alright, well we knew that was happening. Definitely playing it. Yes, we get my token. Wheeze attacks. What you doing? Keep our dude alive. Do some trample damage. I have nothing to discard. And that's my turn. We get a 3/2, which is not a lethal creature next turn, which is always nice. And that's that. Cool beans. Alright, aside from Aether Sprout, wasn't too impressed with any major cards happening. I am a little bit worried about my opponent being in black. Might have some decent removal spells that just didn't get to. But my opponent's going controlling, which means I'm actually very happy with my mana base. I want to keep it this way, a little strained, but should be just fine, because we're also going to be able to get to our nice, powerful spells that way. Might make right, don't care about. Wall of Fire, don't care about. Another 2-drop. We could get a little bit aggro. But I like our curve and our creatures. We did see, we're definitely bringing in a Forge Devil. We saw quite a number of targets for it, so that guy's coming in. And we didn't see any defenders we cared about. Yeah, so Forge Devil's the only one I want. What do I want to take out? What's bad? We want our big dudes for later, so I'm fine with those. The Rough Riders do tend to trade out with a bunch of like the 2-1s they have, so it may not be great. Likewise, we can just go ahead and, not the generator, but take out another Borderland Marauder, because on defense it's not cool. Oh, but there's still those X1s. Do we see any artifacts? Yeah, there's a Bronze Sable. It's worth having. I think I just take out a Rough Rider. I mean, it's good, but it's just a 3-2. I'd rather just have like the lower curve with the decent 2-drops, and then have the Forge Devil, which I think will pretty regularly pick off a dude and trade with another one as well. Yeah, that seems great. Alright, do we have a keep? This is rough. I mean, it's super powerful. One mountain gets us going. I'm going to keep it. Just because of how powerful it is, and my opponent's not really aggressive. And we have a lightning strike to at least get things underway. If my opponent does come out of the gates pretty fast. My opponent did not, so we're in good shape there. Oh, by the way, this is kind of how I've sort of set up what I'm doing. I like having the chat, always. It's just kind of me. Why did I put it? I must be playing some artifacts, something or another. Sure, have your Child of Night. And take a couple hits off of it. But I'm not overly worried. Might just lightning strike it. Next turn we get our Enforcer down, and then we start curving out pretty nicely with some really powerful spells. I'm not going to waste the lightning strike on the Child of Night right now. We're going to be able to outclass it pretty soon, and life gain's not a huge deal. I'm not playing super aggressively. My opponent did nothing, doesn't have blue mana. Playing the Darksteel Citadel, don't know why. Maybe, again, we saw there was a, like, oh, maybe there is that animate, the Scissor Sister card. Maybe that's what my opponent's playing. That's why there was the staff, and now there's a Darksteel Citadel. My opponent was trying to kind of see how that, if an artifact deck worked, but I didn't see anything else that mattered about artifacts. There's a Shade. That's probably going to take a lightning strike. Right now, it can get to be a 4/4. We're going to have our Curved Chieftain, I think. Unless I want to get the Paragon. Yeah, I think I want to do the Paragon now to pump my dude. And then next time I get the Chieftain and be able to, like, make it go super fast. I don't think I'm worried about taking... If my opponent wants to waste the turn doing extra 2 damage to me, I'm okay with that. So for now, play the Paragon. Attack with our Intimidator. Call it a turn. My opponent could just be aggressive and keep attacking in and pumping. I have to decide next turn if my opponent does that, what do I want to do? Because it is nice to play the Curved Chieftain and give it haste. But, I might need to, like, fire off the Lightning Strike or something. Yeah, so I'm actually okay with that. Because we get to swing back for 5 as well. Yes, this life gain is a bit annoying. Ooh, Forge Devil. That's fantastic. So yeah, we get to play the Forge Devil, kill a Child of Night. We'll have Forge Devil for chumps. I don't get to give the Curved Chieftain haste if that's the case, so do I care? Maybe I do. Yeah, I think I'm just going to save the Lightning Strike then. And then if that's the case, I don't think I want to keep the Forge Devil for, what did I just say? For chumps. I want to get that extra 2 points of damage in. I want to kill you. We'll take our 1 point hit. Another rare creature you control gains haste on end of turn. That's what I want. Oh, I have to tap it? I wasn't paying attention to that. I thought it was just a 1 activate. Then I will keep the Forge Devil back for chumps, because I'm just going to attack with the Paragon. It will be nice to like get these guys hasted out, so I'm not like bummed about it. But I want the Forge Devil for backup. I'll actually offer a trade, and when my opponent goes to pump and waste turn, then I'll do a Lightning Strike. Yes, that's the game plan. Yep, it is the Ensoul Artifact deck. So there goes that guy. My opponent has a big old 5/5 Indestructible. Opponent's bashing in. So let's do some math here, because I am low on life. I have to pay attention to how this is going to work. I think we chump the Darksteel Citadel. Zoff Shade, we're going to Lightning Strike in response. Then we have 2 turns without my... And I assume my opponent's going to try to pump. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6 mana. So I will be able to do a Cur Chieftain with haste to do 5, 6, 7, 8. My opponent's down to 10. Not a great shape, but should be okay. Question is, do I just go ahead and take it right now? Or do I save my chump for later? I think I save my chump for later. The thing is, I don't want to have to chump each turn. Yeah, I'm gonna preserve my life total with this guy right now. Could be wrong because it's a 2/2, so it can do some significant work here. Okay, that's kind of what we wanted. Make sure my opponent uses up a turn. And then can't play anything else, so at least we're in an okay position. I guess lands are fine. I do want to be attacking, correct? I mean, this guy's on indestructible. We're just on the race plan. And then we might be able to get to the Miner's Bay next turn. Not too sure, but I think that's the best I got right now. If I have to, we'll keep dudes black for chumping. But we have lethal on the table. 5, 6, 7, yeah. So my opponent has to have something, but pretty easily could. All the mana in the world, unless it's a double blue spell, so. Divination? No, my opponent's digging, that's good. And only having 2 black and a Darksteel Citadel up. Alright, 4 mana. Definitely has stuff. Alright. That's exactly what I wanted to see here. Fantastic. I'm just going to go for it right now, because I can take a hit. So let's see if that gets us there, and if not, I mean, we're making my opponent use a card one way and one how. Do we have it? We do! Yay! Cool. On to round dos.